Hi, I'm Scott. Welcome to Canard Boulevard. We just took off out of my home airport, Medina, Ohio, and we are headed to Sweetwater in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is the home of the largest music store in North America. The showroom in this place is massive. They are the largest online retailer, and they have the largest physical showroom. I'd like to get out there about once a year just to see all the new stuff that they got. It's a 2.5-hour drive, but in the cozy, we can do it in about 45 minutes. So off we go.
Pre-flight's done. We're heading off to Fort Wayne.
$2,300. Everything's in the green. Airspeed's alive. We got 40, 45, 50, 60, 65, nose back and rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
It was an absolutely beautiful day to fly to Fort Wayne today. As you can see, not a cloud in the sky.
Medina traffic, base 3.9, over top of the field, 2,500 feet. Got the traffic reporting in sight.
Unfortunately, had a bit of a headwind on the way out, so my 45-minute flight was more like an hour long.
I got my in-flight meal here, and I am, unfortunately, I didn't charge my headset, and the battery in it died about 5 minutes after we took off, and I can't reach my spare battery and charger because it's in the back seat, so kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we will fly out to Fort Wayne, land at Smithfield, and go have a look at Sweetwater.
As you can see, it gets extremely flat when you start heading west out of Cleveland and into Indiana. There is not much of anything in terms of mountains or hills. All you can see is just a patchwork of farmland.
Well, I had the bright idea of using my passenger headset, which is noise-canceling David Clark. So I dragged it out of the streak there and tried it on, and guess what? The battery's dead in that one too, so yeah, no luck today.
And then you can see the descent into the Fort Wayne area here.
Smithfield traffic, experimental 797 Delta Lima on a 45 for 23 Smithfield.
Interestingly, I was using flight following as always, and because Fort Wayne is a Class Charlie, they had me under their control. The Smithfield Airport is right on the outer edge of the Class Charlie, but the controller terminated me while I was still inside the Class Charlie. So I was in her airspace, and she terminated me and sent me on my way onto the airport, even though I was still inside her airspace, which doesn't really usually happen. They usually want you out of their airspace before they send you on your way.
Smithfield traffic, November 797 Delta Lima, downwind 23 Smithfield.
Smithfield is home to Sweet Aviation, owned and started by Chuck Sirac, who is also the founder of Sweetwater. He has a ton of different companies.
Alright, gear down. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, switches. Alright, 94. Gears in the green.
Chuck has tons of different companies, including a lot of aviation. He's very much into aviation. He has a helicopter company, charter aircraft, training, FBO, so he loves aviation.
Smithfield, experimental 797 Delta Lima, base 23, full stop, Smithfield.
Definitely not much traffic here today.
Smithfield, experimental 797 Delta Lima, final 23, Smithfield, full stop.
I've had a couple people ask me why the Canard is shaking so much like that. It's not. It's the camera. The camera mount I moved it downwards to get a better image, but in doing so, the moment arm on the camera itself made it a little longer, and it's picking up all the vibration from the engine, and the end result is it's shaking the camera a little bit. I'm working on it. I'm trying to come up with a better idea, a better way of mounting it that gets rid of that vibration. I always wonder when I'm landing at airports like this what people think when they're driving underneath and see this airplane flying right over top of them. Not too bad, and then we taxi in and get some fuel. Very cheap fuel here at Smithfield, so I took advantage of it and topped up my tanks. So I got the courtesy car from the airport, and 5 minutes later, I'm here at Sweetwater. Now, Chuck Sirac, the founder of Sweetwater, started up as a recording studio in the back of a Volkswagen van. So this is kind of a tribute to Chuck, showing all the gear that he used in his years of working both in recording and retail sales of music instruments. He has all these classic synthesizers here, and I'm actually really surprised at how many of these synthesizers I either have owned or currently own, these old 1980s and early 1990s synthesizers. Here is the main entrance to the showroom. They do have a really decent restaurant in here. It's a subsidized restaurant mainly for the employees, but anyone could come here. And they have a large dining area along with a coffee shop and a stage. Inside the shop, we see headphones. It's the first thing you see. You can pick up and listen to any of these headphones and change the music and identify which one of these sounds best to you. Of course, they have the acoustic guitar store. It's kind of set up like a mall inside, and each store is a different type of instrument. Here's the piano section over here. In the middle, we have the world's largest pedal display, and all these work. So you can just go pick a guitar off the wall, plug a pedal into it, and see if you like the sound of that pedal on a guitar. And you have booths here. You can go in and play guitar or drums. There's different stores for the different types of instruments. There's a used section. You can go in and see all this used gear here. And once you walk inside the used section, you can see there's a ton of guitars of all different types for sale, all these used instruments. Here's the mic section for recording studios. Then we have all the different monitors that you can listen to and decide which one of these monitors is best for you. In the live PA room, we have live PA speakers, mixers, and we have lighting and a stage, so they've got all this stuff set up so that you can try it out. Here's what I came for, the synthesizer section. I spent a lot of time playing all the different synthesizers in here. If you want to see a lot more detail on all the synthesizers in here, I did a different version of this video for my Scott Synth Stuff channel, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. When I was back at the airport, I saw a little J3 Cub putt-putting around in the pattern, and I thought, how different is that from this Vision Jet sitting on the ground that taxied in shortly after I arrived? Next to the Vision Jet, we pan over and see a Piper Cherokee. This is what I flew for many, many years, and then of course next to that is my airplane. Time to get ready and head on home. There's the Sweet Aviation section where they do a lot of training in both Cirrus and Diamond. This made me laugh inside the crew bathroom. You know you're at a pilot's airport. This is an Enstrom helicopter. Chuck single-handedly saved Enstrom from bankruptcy by buying Enstrom.
Smithfield, experimental 797 Delta Lima on the ground, crossing threshold of 31. You okay if I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Quite a long taxi out from the FBO.
Oh, look at that. They got a nice Bell 47 sitting here. Looks in good shape, too. Oh, maybe not. Have a look at the bubble. It's seen better days.
On the right side of the bubble, it was covered in black duct tape.
All right, let's pay attention here. Pretty correct. Rim set.
Time to do the run-up and head on home.
Okay, good to go. Smithfield traffic, experimental 797 Delta Lima departing 23 Smithfield. Is everything look good? Alright, 2300. Everything's in the green. Airspeed's alive. We got 40. We got a bit of a crosswind from the right. There's 50. And 60. And 70. And let's rotate. And whose idea was it to put a cell tower right off the end of the runway? Positive rate, gear up. Little back trim.
Obstacle ahead. Pull up.
Yeah, no kidding. Look at the antennas around here.
You really want to be on your A game if you were ever coming out of this airport at nighttime.
Smithfield traffic, experimental 797 Delta Lima is going to be turned to the north and then depart to the east. Smithfield. Fort Wayne approach, experimental 797 Delta Lima.
Calling. November 4797 Lima, Scott 4652. November 7907 Delta Lima, Scott 4652.
4652 for 7 Delta Lima. We're just off of Smithfield. We'd like flight following to 1 Gulf 5 at 7,500. We are experimental cozy.
Experimental 7907 Delta Lima, radar contact 3 miles northwest of Smithfield, Fort Wayne altimeter 3042. Say again your altitude you're climbing to?
3042 for 7 Delta Lima. We'd like 7,500.
I did go up and meet with my rep at Sweetwater. You're assigned an individual customer rep when you first become a customer, so I got to meet with him.
This is seriously the best way to travel. It's beautiful scenery. It's actually really flat, but it's beautiful to see. It's nice and smooth, 200 miles an hour, no traffic. And as I say that, I see some traffic off to one side, but he's far away. and it's a lovely place to be up here in this airplane. I highly recommend it.
Watching the ground scroll by like this, it makes me just wish I could turn on the turbo boost while flying and see it do that.
It was kind of funny when I landed at Fort Wayne and Smith Field there. One of the line...
7 Bravo Golf, we got that other traffic site, you should be no factor. 7 Bravo Golf, roger.
One of the line guys came running up, and he said, is that a cozy? I said, yeah. He says, it's a Mark IV? I'm like, yeah. He says, that's my dream airplane. And I said, me too. Young kid was so excited about it. I guess he's done all kinds of research, and he's decided that's the plane for him. He wants a cozy Mark IV just like this one. And he hasn't started his flight training yet. He's saving up for it. But he had all kinds of questions for me, so I spent about half hour talking to that kid. He was so excited to see me in there. Kind of happens a lot of places where I go where I end up having to answer a lot of questions about the airplane. People taking pictures of the airplane. This kid took a lot of pictures of the airplane, so it's kind of nice to see and spread the Canard love around. One of the changes I made on the G3X for this trip is I changed on right here. It used to have the ground speed, and I've got ground speed over here, and I've got ground speed over here, and I got ground speed over there, so I don't really need it again on here, so I thought I was going to reuse that. So I changed it to fuel remaining, and it's showing I have 46.1 gallons remaining. And I did reset that for the trip out and tested it, and I filled up the fuel, and it was accurate to within 0.1 gallons, so that was good to see.
So, Wood County at this time. Number 337 Bravo Golf, cleared RNAV, runway 28 approach, Wood County Airport.
And as you can see, I'm doing 170 knots across the ground. I was hoping for more, but that tailwind just had evaporated while I was there, unfortunately. I did push the nose over and accelerate on descent, however.
Medina traffic, November 797 Delta Lima is straight in, joining the downwind 427 Medina County. Medina County traffic, November 797 Delta Lima is downwind for 27. You're coming down.
Down traffic line for 4 Yankee Lima, entering the 45, going to be from the downwind, runway 27, downwind traffic inside.
Gear is down.
I got a Lancer on my tail. I got to keep my speed up.
Too fast. Slow down, slow down.
Holmes County, Cherokee, 909 Lima, base for 9, Holmes County.
Medina County traffic, experimental 797 Delta Lima, left base 27, full stop, Medina County.
That traffic line clear 4 Yankee Lima, downwind runway 27, Medina.
Again, just an absolute beautiful day, calm, no gusts. Couldn't ask for nicer flying weather than this.
Holmes County, Cherokee, 99 Lima, final for 27, Holmes County.
Medina County traffic, November 797 Delta Lima is turning final, 27, Medina County, full stop. Free green, gas, good.
3 green, only got 1 retractable gear. I guess old habits die hard.
That traffic Lance there, 4 Yankee Lima, left base 27 Medina.
Nice.
Landing on 27 this direction does take a bit of runway and braking because it is downhill.
That traffic lamp there, 48 Lima, final runway 27.
Medina County traffic number 797 Delta Lima is clear 27.
Medina traffic lamp there, 48 Lima, final 27 Medina.
It would be nice if they extended the taxiway down here so you didn't have to back taxi. I really didn't want to burn up my brakes. Lance here, are you going to make the turn off?
Yeah, I'll make it.
Medina traffic 797 Delta Lima is back taxiing 27.
Thanks for pulling off then.
Sure wish they'd extend this taxiway down here.
Yeah, it'd be helpful. Traffic lamps there for Anchorage, back taxi runway 27.
So that was it from my flight to Fort Wayne, but my day wasn't quite over. I got to see something really interesting after I put my plane away, and I was just running over to the FBO to get, wash my hands, get rid of the 100 low lead that I may have picked up on there, and I saw this. So there's some interesting airplanes at our airport, and this is a Yak. It's actually a Russian-built or Chinese-built Russian Yak. And believe it or not, there's actually 2 of these based at our airport here in Medina. So I watched this guy do some practice takeoffs and landings for a while just because it was cool to watch. And he tried a few different runways, so he was getting some crosswind landings in. And then he decided he'd had enough for the evening and taxied on in. He parked over on the apron to fuel up, and I talked to him for quite a while. Real nice guy, young guy. He let me climb up and have a look at the cockpit, and very interesting airplane. So that was my Sweetwater trip, my trip out to Fort Wayne, semi-annual trip. Got to go see all the new synthesizers, all the new instruments they had out there. Had a lot of fun. Thanks for coming along on this trip with me. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments section below. And if you have just 10 seconds, please click like on this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out when you do that. Thanks for watching.